Autobots transform! That's the worst Optimus Prime impression I've ever done. But aside from doing impressions, it's me, the media guy, and I'm here to share my thoughts on Transformers! Yeah. It's hard to believe that I never actually done a review on Transformers before until now. Well, that and to be fair, this is the only piece of Transformers merchandise I own. Well, that and the Transformers poster I have right there, which I'm not sure if you can see. Now, you might be wondering what this movie is about. Well, since there's no description on the back of the DVD, as you see here, I'm probably gonna have to. Sorry about that, dry throat. I'm probably gonna do my best to describe what this movie is about. Mainly, it's about the Transformers, the Autobots, have to defeat the Decepticons from destroying the world and conquer it, and turning all sorts of appliances into the new robotic army to conquer the world and the universe. So it'll be up to Sam and his girlfriend, as well as the entire U.S. Army, to save the day and put it into Megatron's evil plans. So, and yeah, I did my best to describe what this movie is about in a nutshell. Still don't know why they didn't put a description on the back of the DVD. Would have been more helpful. So, what do I think about this movie? Okay, I guess it is an alright movie. I mean, yeah, to be fair, I guess, well, okay. In my opinion, it's probably not like a perfect movie, in my opinion. And because, well, to be fair, I didn't grow up with Transformers in general. In fact, the only time I was somewhat aware of the franchise in general was basically other people on YouTube talking about it. So yeah, and I know that technically it probably doesn't help be more familiar with the franchise in general. But even though it's not a perfect movie, and even though I'm not like a huge Transformers fan, I honestly find this to be a bit alright. The human cast is alright, the action sequences are spot on perfectly, the special effects are also breathtakingly awesome. I do like the design of the Decepticons and the Autobots, mainly Optimus Prime and Megatron's designs in this movie. And best of all, they even got Peter Collins to reprise his role as Optimus Prime in this movie, since I'm sure he must have been involved with the animated franchise back in the 80s. Which is actually pretty cool. I almost forgot him. About 6 years ago, when my mom and I went to Universal Orlando, Florida, around June of 2019, we actually got a chance to try out the Transformers 4D ride at Universal Orlando, Florida. And it was quite an interesting experience, considering how back then I still didn't know much about Transformers. But I honestly find that ride to be pretty enjoyable, too. And I highly recommend you guys checking out the ride. So yeah, even though I'm still way behind on everything related to Transformers, I can still have a good time with it. Even if it might not be like 100% perfect, This one's kind of like a guilty pleasure, in my opinion. Because it may not be like the writing may not be perfect. Sometimes the acting can be a little bit bland at times. And sometimes the action sequences do tend to drag on a little bit. But those are just minor nitpicks. It's probably not a big deal anyway. So yeah, I honestly think Transformers is still quite an enjoyable movie. Not sure if I'll be able to do like a second look, aka revisit edition review of this movie soon. It probably depends on what I'm doing. And who knows, maybe someday I might pick up Transformers 1, the newest animated movie, on DVD soon. As well as the 1986 film, if I'm correct. Since that one was based on the cartoon. Well, the entire movie was just animated, but still. And it is, and like I said a few minutes ago, it is pretty cool that Peter Collins gets to reprise his role as Optimus Prime in this film. Although, to be fair, it probably would have been cool if they had Frank Welker as the voice of Megatron, since I think Frank Welker himself was involved in within the original cartoon back in the 80s. So I guess that's also the fourth nitpick I have to point out in this movie. So anyways, I'm sorry if this review of the first Transformers movie is very short. I mean, I did my best to describe how great this movie is as best as I can, okay? So cut me some slack. Okay, maybe that sounded a little bit harsh there, but still. And I'll give the actors and actresses credit for at least trying their best with what they were given, no matter what the result turned out to be. So I'll probably give this movie 5 Autobots out of 5. No, wait. Make that 5 Optimus Prime heads out of 5. Because that's how awesome this movie is. Even if it might not be perfect. So thank you guys for watching. And sorry again if this review is very, very short.